I recently did a message about the story of the Good Samaritan and how Jesus taught that message in order for the lawyer to know what he was supposed to do about loving his neighbor. And in that, teaching that message, I happened to bring up the story of Kitty Genovese, who back in 1964, in March of 1964, became a real buzzword and for the things that were going on and how people's attitudes were not wanting to get involved, not wanting to do anything. So contrary to the teaching that Jesus had for us all to love our neighbors as ourselves. And what happened in New York with Miss Genovese was so sad, because even though she got stabbed right under a stoplight or right under a street light, and the people in the apartment buildings, opened their windows and looked out and turned their lights on and everything. The attacker left and came back and stabbed her again, and then left and actually came back and stabbed her again until she was dead. And the people, the first call to the police did not come for more than 30 minutes after she was first attacked, even though they were able to respond in 2 minutes. And like I said, it just became known as an attitude and something that we don't ever want to see happen. People ask, well, what was wrong with those people? Well, it's the same thing as if you look at the parable of the Good Samaritan, and the two men that in fact walked to the other side were both very religious men, and they turned and went to the other side of the road. But it was the Samaritan who was a man that was hated by the Jews and everything, that chose to stop and gave assistance. And there's 5 characteristics that are so important for us to understand of why the Samaritan did what he did. And that is that, first of all, he opened his eyes. He saw the need. He cared about the need. And we need to open our eyes and see the needs around us, because there's more needs in this country today than ever before. And the thing of it is then not only did he open his eyes, but he opened his heart. He opened his heart to care and to have a caring heart and that's what we all need to look at, is where is our heart today? Have we said yes in the things that Jesus would have us to say? And then he also opened his hands. He actually did something. He took the time to dress the wounds and take the man to the inn and everything. And then he opened his wallet. He actually opened his purse, as they called it at that time, to pay for the care of the man, and not, didn't care about his own self in that particular manner. And then he not only did that, but he opened his time. He opened his schedule. He opened the time to stop what he was doing in the middle of his own journey and to go and to give the time that it took. See, there's a lesson there to be learned. We should never, ever in this country, ever again have a situation like what happened with Kitty Genovese. We should always be known more on the spirit of the Good Samaritan. So go and do what, just in the same way as the verse in Luke 10:37, when Jesus said to the man, go and do likewise as to what the Samaritan did. This is Pastor Riley, and that's Just a Thought.